I just want to say a couple of things before we get into this actual video. This whole video process, this whole cook was kind of a headache start to finish. The turkey didn't cook as I expected. You'll get into that here in a bit. Beyond that, the video editing for this was an absolute nightmare. I used two phones as my cameras, my current phone and an old phone, and up until now, I've had zero problems. But this time around, when I went to download the clips to my computer, I could get the clips from my current phone downloaded just fine, but the clips from the old phone wouldn't download in a format that my editing software could work with. And it got to the point where I was basically thinking I was gonna have to scrap the entire video because I didn't have the clips edited together or anything. And then I remembered I still had an old editing program or app on my phone, a free one, and I could get all my clips onto my current phone. So I went ahead and I used the old app I used from way back when I first started the channel and wasn't sure I was gonna keep it up. But I'm gonna let you guys know the quality of this video is definitely not up to par of what I've been out recently because I had to use that old app. So just bear with me for this one video. After this, everything should be back to normal, but please just bear with me in terms of quality for this video. That said, let's get into it. Hey folks, welcome back to Wild West Barbecue. Today we're gonna smoke up a turkey breast. I was shooting to smoke a whole turkey, but the price dropper near me did not have whole turkeys, so I was left with just a turkey breast, which will work out just fine. I've already got my breast rubbed up with a Jack Stack meat and poultry rub. I was worried I had maybe ruined it because I left it out to thaw. It was frozen when I bought it. Left it out to thaw a lot longer than I intended. So this morning I went ahead and opened it up and smelled it. Thankfully, I didn't ruin it. It's still good to go, but since I already had it opened up to see if it was still good, I just went ahead and rubbed it this morning and called it good. We're gonna go ahead and get it ready to go on the smoker. I'm going to use the 18.5-inch Weber Smoky Mountain for this. I had thought I might use the 14.5-inch, but I think it's gonna be a little small with the turkey breast. I'm worried about the lid hitting the turkey breast on a 14.5-inch. So I just decided we'll use 18.5-inch, no big deal. So I'm gonna use Jealous Devil charcoal, so we'll go ahead and get that going and get this on the smoker. All right, we've had the turkey on about an hour and a half so far. I didn't video getting it on because my neighbor was mowing the lawn. There was a lot of noise. We're gonna go ahead and check to see how it's coming along color-wise and see how we're doing. Oh, that's looking nice. I'm really happy with the way that's coming along. Color-wise, we're about where I expect to be at this point in the cook. The Jealous Devil lump is doing really well. It's holding real steady at about 240-ish. I think we're at 200 something on the dome, but down the grill grate, we're about 240 with the Jealous Devil. It's working out really well. I've got the fire dial in the WSM, so that usually runs a little hotter than it would with a water pan, but we're still holding steady at 240, so that works for me. So far, the Jealous Devil lump is impressing, and the meat's about where I want it to be. So we're just gonna let it roll until we're done and see how it comes out. All right, it's Sunday now. I started this cook on Saturday. I ended up having to finish it off in the oven this morning. There were some issues with the cook. I'll get into what happened here in just a bit, but right now, let's go ahead and get this thing carved. Give it a quick taste to see how it came out. Okay, the turkey came out pretty good. I was pretty impressed with it. It wasn't dry at all, which was good. I was kind of worried it was going to be given what happened in the cook. Overall, it tasted really good. I liked the herb I put on and it wasn't dry. So overall, it was a successful cook. But I did mention I had some issues. I'm not sure what went wrong. It'd been a while since I've done a turkey, so I looked online and everything I read said expect about half an hour a pound. And I had a turkey breast that was a little less than 8 pounds. So I figured about 4 hours in the smoker we should be done, which turned out to not be the case at all. It ended up cooking total time about 9 hours, including when I put it in the oven this morning. For some reason, I hit 138 degrees, and I was shooting for 165 internal. When I hit 138, it just stalled, and for about 3 hours, it would not budge more than a degree above 138. I think my max temp on the smoker, internal, was 139 degrees, and it ended up being on the smoker about 7 hours and 45 minutes. I have no idea what happened. I don't know why it stalled. It wasn't a probe issue. I took a thermopin and checked multiple areas. They were all about 140-ish degrees, so it wasn't an issue with the probe I was using to check the internal temp. I have no idea what happened. It was very frustrating for me, and last night I actually considered just ditching the complete video and not doing it at all, just finishing up in the oven and doing something next week. But after I slept on it, I decided, you know what, no, I'm going to go ahead and put the video up because these things happen. It's going to help people to see that these things happen to other people as well. If I just put up successful videos, you know, I don't necessarily want to do that, because sometimes things happen when you're smoking. You're not always going to have a successful cook. So while I would have definitely preferred to have this for dinner last night, we ended up having a DoorDash for dinner because it was taking so long in the smoker. So even though I would have preferred it for dinner last night, it worked out for lunch today. So even though I had to change my plan, sometimes that's what happens when you're smoking. So overall, the turkey came out. It just didn't come out when I wanted it. So I was very happy I wasn't doing this for Thanksgiving. I was very happy I didn't have a big crowd over for it. But overall, it was an okay cook. The Jealous Devil worked out really, really well. I'm getting to be sold on that. It held this temperature right at 240 the entire cook, which is what I wanted. I didn't have to fight with it much since I had the fire dial installed, and since I was using lump, I was worried it was going to run hot, but it didn't. So more and more, I'm leaning more towards the Jealous Devil lump over Kingsford, but we'll see how it goes in future cooks. Overall, it was an okay cook. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, guys, I should be back in about 2 weeks, so until then. Today, we're going to smoke up chicken breast. No, we're not. We're doing turkey.